A lot happened this episode, so let's get right into it. The episode starts off with Shoma trying sushi for the first time, and after he guzzles them down, he overhears a conversation between two sisters as they argue over who's more gullible. Shoma butts in and offers them help with performing a background check. Shoma takes them to the happy parade, introducing Emi and her younger sister Hana to Sachika, and they explain that they're investigating Emi's shady boyfriend, who she hasn't even met in person as yet. And Hana just wants to find out more information and make sure he isn't a catfish before they meet the next day. You know what? Good thing she had her suspicions, because Sachika and Shoma are blown away when they are shown a picture of her boyfriend, who turns out to be Hanto. And the duo questions why Hanto was trying to scam Emi, but after checking again, they see the boyfriend's name is actually Niwa. And now I'll read to you some of the totally not sus DMs he sent. Good evening, my dearest. You didn't reply and I was getting lonely. Don't worry, cutie pie, I'll make it up to you. Until you fall asleep tonight, let me whisper some sweet words to you. This is not okay. This isn't even funny anymore. That's crazy. And Sachika said it how it is. That doesn't even sound remotely close to Hanto, and decides to give him a call. But now we head over to Stomach Inc., where Lango announces to the twins that as per their agreement, they're now officially fired, rejecting their plea for another chance because time is money. And he gives them study material so they can learn how to become a part of brand new high society, because they will each be marrying a prominent family, which just blew my mind. He's not only splitting the twins up, but marrying them off to random rich families. The twins try to get out of it, but Lango says the family needs an in, so they can boost their social standing, saying this is their chance to actually be useful. Ouch. Anyways, away from that depressing moment, we head back to the happy parade, and Hanto decides to make an appearance. And Emi freaks out trying to introduce herself to her secret love. But when she announces she loves him, Hanto dodges her and asks who she is. Yup, this was a giant catfish situation. And after he's shown pictures and messages, he states that none of that was him, which is a big relief for everyone else but Emi, who doesn't believe that her Niwa-san was a scammer. And Hana says they definitely can't meet the next day, because who knows who the catfish is, what he'll do. And when she tries to break things off for her sister, Hanto asks her to stop so he can meet Niwa. And funnily enough, innocent Shoma asks if Hanto wants to go on a date with Niwa, which Hanto quickly rejects, saying that since he used his face, he'll at least try to use him for an article. But as he tries to get more information, Shoma recognizes how sad Emi is. Before it cuts back to Stomach Inc., where Lango wants to get the word out to all their employees that he's in charge of ingredient procurement. And then the next thing on the list is finding potential suitors for Sheeta and Jet, because they have a lot of social climbing to do. But he has to do some scouting first. Now to the Moonlight Cafe, where Hanto is ready to meet his catfish, and while he's heading to this destination, he spots a kid. Take that down. And it cuts to Shoma and Sachika at the happy parade, where Sachika asks why Shoma is so stressed, and he says it's because he suspects Emi's gonna go meet Niwa anyways, because she still trusts Niwa, and if it had happened to him, he will want to make sure with his own eyes. And Sachika decides to give Hana a call, which was a good call, because it turns out that Emi left, and when Hana called her, she said she was going to meet her true love, which is kinda dumb to me because he catfished her. But anyways, Emi said that his words are what made her fall in love with him. And as Hanto waits at the cafe, Shoma and Sachika meet with Hana, so they can also visit the cafe, and they encounter the same little boy running down the stairs. Make sure you keep him in mind. But they run upstairs only to find Hanto waiting alone. And to make matters worse, they can't call Emi at all because her phone's off. And Hanto remembers that same thing happened when Soji was pressed. So he gets worried, and Shoma remembers that kid that ran past them. You know, the one I keep reminding you about. And runs after the kid, thinking that maybe he saw something. And Hanto also leaves to look for Emi, with Sachika also leaving and Hana staying in the cafe in case Emi shows up. And as the trio looks around the city, Sachika encounters Lango, who scares her just by looking at her. And Shoma finds the kid in the alley about to be attacked by an agent, so he jumps in to protect him, only for the kid, who's holding a pressed Emi, to fling him away because he's actually a granite. And I'll be the first to say, he's really messed up for disguising himself as a kid so he could kill people, and this makes the situation 10 times more creepier. Emi was being catfished by a kid that used Hanto's photo, and when she went to meet said kid, she was pressed. Anyways, the granite questions how Shoma knows so much, and the agent informs him that he's the Red Gavv. So the granite transforms, and when Shoma prepares to transform, Lango appears, making fun of Shoma's familiars, and spawns another agent right behind Shoma, trapping him. And he tells Shoma that since the twins have been let go, his job is to gather ingredients, which gets Shoma mad because it isn't only him they're willing to treat horribly, it's the rest of their family as well. And it really surprises Shoma when Lango says that he's the reason why he punished the twins. And Shoma tells him to watch as he keeps the humans safe from the likes of him, and becomes Kamen Rider Gavv, starting a big, beautifully choreographed fight in the small alley where they make use of everything there. And when things get rough for Gavv, he uses his punching gummy assist to deal some real damage, and the granule escapes with the after press. He doesn't run for long because he encounters Hanto, who spots the press and instantly transforms, introducing himself to the granule as Valen. And as that fight starts up, we go back to Gavv, who uses his Chocodan push attack as a distraction so he can become Gavu Gorukan, which makes light work of the agents, to Lango's surprise. But we go back to Valen, who's having a tough fight, and he goes for a risky move, tanking a chomp attack so he can steal the press. And luckily, Gavu arrives, so he takes the press to a safe location and frees Emi, who no longer wants Gav's help because he's a monster. But as this happens, Valen's knocked down, and as the granite fires up an attack, Gavv arrives, landing a powerful blow, but it's too late because the blast was fired and collides with Valen, who sustains critical damage and detransforms, exposing his identity to Gavv, who's shocked to learn that Valen was Hanto all along. If you guys want more of these, be sure to check out this playlist right here called the Toku Recap Kamen Rider Gavv edition, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want me to keep making these. And anyways, it's been Adam, and I hope you guys have a great day.